Are you feeling overwhelmed by the clutter in your life? Clutter can lead to a lot of stress and anxiety, making it hard to feel happy and productive. If you're looking for ways to declutter your life and become happier, here are 10 easy tips to get you started. Number 1, start with the obvious clutter. If you feel too overwhelmed to tackle a specific area, that's totally fine. Decluttering is a process you should enjoy and find relief in. So the best way to start is with the most obvious clutter. You know, things like letters in your entryway that you don't need, random papers on a desk that are garbage, and old wrappers from food that can easily be thrown away. To ease yourself into decluttering, minimalism, and making yourself happier, start with what's easiest and slowly work your way up to more difficult decluttering. It's already a huge step forward to just keep your house clean from trash. Number 2, create a no-buy list. We're so used to creating lists to buy things, whether that be online through our Amazon shopping carts or just going to the grocery store. However, spending money doesn't always make you happier, especially when you see how much you've spent and how full your house is of things that you don't use. To avoid this happening constantly, you can make a no-buy list of things you know you don't need to get and learn to enjoy what you already have, which is the art of minimalism. For example, let's say you put t-shirts on your no-buy list because you have more than enough to get by for the season. This way, when you feel tempted to buy a new shirt, you can either refer to your list or remember that it's a no-buy item and avoid it. Number 3, set up a one-in, one-out system. The alternative to a no-buy list, or even better, to use as a supplement, is to use the one-in, one-out system. The way this system works is that whenever you want to buy something, you want to also get rid of something. For example, if you want a new book, you'll have to get rid of an old book first. But this isn't the only way to use this system. It's very versatile and you can adapt it in any way you like. For example, you don't have to replace an item with a similar item. Let's say I really like books and I'm starting a collection. So instead of getting rid of one book to buy another, I can get rid of another item, like a piece of clothing instead. Challenge: if you want to go even further, then consider getting rid of multiple items whenever you buy something. Instead of it being a one-in, one-out rule, it can be a one-in, two-out, or even 10 out if you want. The sky's the limit. Number 4, create designated areas for your belongings. If you've watched any minimalist videos or have dabbled in the topic, you may have heard the phrase, only keep items that have a home. In other words, this is making sure that your items have designated areas to stay. This is an extremely useful decluttering and minimalist tip as it gives you a clear insight into whether you have too much stuff or not. For instance, one of the most cluttered places in any home is the kitchen counter. Typically, if you have any stuff on counters that you keep there because you have no room to put them anywhere else, it's a sign that you have too much stuff since those items don't have a home. Once you can get a grip on organizing your items so that they always have a home, you'll notice how much emptier your home is and how much less work you have to do so you can focus on what truly makes you happy. Number 5, purge your digital clutter. Physical clutter isn't the only clutter you have to deal with. Now, more than ever, you have to deal with digital clutter as the vast majority of people have emails, computers, and phones. Just like there's a benefit to decluttering physical things, there are also benefits to decluttering digital things. For instance, clearing out space on your computer drive actually helps it run more smoothly and prevents issues with performance. And the same goes for phones. On top of that, it feels good seeing how empty and clean everything looks as opposed to seeing tons of files and folders all over the place. Or if you see your email has over 14,000 emails because you've never cleared them out. Number 6, unsubscribe from unwanted emails. In the same vein, you can easily rack in way more emails than you ever need to see in your life by being subscribed to places that you don't really use all that often. Chances are you have several emails with newsletters or deals that you don't even open simply because you don't really care about what the place is offering. While it's good that you're not being subject to the tempting sales, It does take up unnecessary space. But the problem is how long it will take to clear out the many emails and unsubscribe from the ones you don't need. The best way to do this is to take your time and set the number of emails you'd like to clear and unsubscribe from every day. Give yourself a modest number, like 30, so that you're clearing and unsubscribing from more emails than you get. Over time, you'll clear out everything and have a totally minimalist email. Do you have a totally organized and clean email? Let us know by giving the video a thumbs up. Number 7, set aside time for yourself. You are the most important thing in your life, so it's only right that you're always making time for yourself. Unfortunately, it's something that gets overlooked due to other commitments, but you can't live life if you aren't in your best shape. One of the best ways to make time for yourself, rather than have the time for yourself at all, is to declutter and be minimalist. Since practicing these things focuses on keeping your home clean, it'll give you more time for yourself. Even if your home isn't fully decluttered, it's extremely important to always put yourself first and give yourself the time you need to enjoy your life. This can be things like doing a hobby, learning a new skill, or spending time with friends and family. Number 8, put away electronics when you're not using them. You're bound to have several electronics in your home, and naturally they're going to take up space. But sometimes they take up way more space than we'd like them to. An example of this is if you have kids or you yourself like to play games on a console. These electronics can easily pile up along with the many cables that come with them. Another instance can be if you have a computer or laptop, which can also take up a lot of space. To counter this, whenever you're done with using an electronic, just be sure to put it away and store it in a home like a shelf under your TV. Number 9, practice minimalism. This was a subject that's been present in the video, but it hasn't been explicitly explained. The practice of minimalism is only keeping items that provide some kind of functionality or real joy in life. If there isn't a wholehearted yes for the item, then it's not an item to keep. You'll find the hardcore minimalists barely have anything in their homes, because when you think about it, you don't actually need very much to live happily. For example, if you live by yourself, you don't need more than one dish, one set of cutlery, one mug for coffee or tea, one cup, etc. Even if you don't plan to practice this hardcore minimalism, it's good to meditate on it to show you how many things you have that you don't really need. The truth is that you can be much happier with less. Have you ever practiced or tried this hardcore minimalism before? Let us know in the comments below how it worked for you. Number 10, cut down on commitments. Commitments aren't only events or people that we give our time. They can also be for items that we choose to buy and keep in our homes. For example, we're committed to our current mattress, dining room table, and even the computer or phone you're watching this video on. Speaking of which, don't forget to subscribe to Investors Weekly to watch a new video every day on minimalism and frugal living. Fortunately, there are fewer consequences for breaking a commitment with an item than there are with an event or a person. The one filter that'll help you decide whether you need to break a commitment or avoid it altogether is to ask yourself whether this item will bring you joy or not. If the item you own doesn't bring joy, then it's not worth keeping. And if you're thinking of buying an item but are worried it won't give you the satisfaction you need, then it's a no. When practicing minimalism, it's best to have less and only add if you really feel confident about an item. This will not only make you happier with what you have, but generally make you feel better about life.